السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. في هذا الصباح الغني الجميل يسعدنا أن نستضيف أحد أبنائه، وهو الكاتب الصاعد القادم بقوة، إنه السيد ريجويل أديسون أسيدو. السيد أسيدو هو كاتب وشاعر غاني من الجيل الجديد الصاعد والقادم بقوة. يتميز السيد أديسون برؤيته العميقة للأدب الإفريقي ومساهماته البارزة في إحياء التراث الإفريقي الغاني الغاني في محليا والإفريقي عموما. السيد الصاعد الشاب أديسون لديه العديد من الإنجازات وجوائز حصل عليها في عمر مبكر. إذا أود أن أحاوره في لقائي اليوم مع بنت النور، يسعدني أن أستضيفه هذا الصباح. Welcome, Mr. Rigwell.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very honored to have you here in my show program. It's only for Arabic person, but I'm really happy to introduce you for him.
Thank you.
Please tell me about your childhood. Why you are choose to be a writer? Not like easy job. Why you choose the difficult one to start with it? You're still young.
Okay, writing came to me because I felt out of place in where I lived. My family kept moving around. We kept moving from one place to another. Yeah, and I felt out of place. But books were where I could belong and fit in. And so I don't know. And I had this wild imagination that I kept telling people stories, and sometimes I would even make up lies to my siblings, and it just made sense for me.
That's helped you a lot, huh?
Yeah, it just made sense for me to spill those thoughts on paper and make sense of the big personalities around me. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And about writing, you can just tell me what inspired you and what the type of themes we can find in your writing.
Okay, so I write about so many, interesting characters. I feel like people for me are the heart of my stories, and I like to write about disability, mental illness, sexuality, migration, and also our our pre-colonial and post-colonial history in West Africa, so Nigeria, Ghana, the Francophone countries. Those are the themes you are going to find in my stories.
Wow, I like it really.
Yeah.
You're an interested person. Even to your writing in this workshop, we say like one of the talent people here. Because I think all this workshop just for advanced writers, really.
Yeah.
Someone like you. What do you think about this workshop?
This workshop has been amazing for me. I mean, I've met so many amazing people here, including you. I've met amazing facilitators.
Yes, really.
And I feel like I've come to recognize my weaknesses and my strengths here. So I have things that I have to work on when I get back.
Yes, really.
Yeah. And it's been kind of intimidating and also inspiring at the same time.
Yes.
So my confidence has spiked, and at the same time it has dipped.
Yes,
So
really. All of us
yeah.
like that.
So I recognize that I have a lot of work to do, but I think it has also affirmed my identity as a writer. And now I'm sure that this is what I want to do with my life.
Yes, all of us feel like that. Yeah.
So now I'm very sure that this is what I want to do with my life. It has given me a confidence
Yes.
to work in this field. Yeah.
Yes, really, you are. I want to ask you about type of writing. You are like short story, novelist, poems, or what?
Okay, so I do a bit of everything. Poems. I don't really write poems recently, but I got longlisted for a poetry award 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for short stories, I've been writing short stories for magazines, submitting to magazines to be published there. I'm also working on a novel.
Wow.
I have to I have to finish and get published soon.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
You can just tell me more about your publishing in the magazine. Which type you are publishing inside it? That are like little articles, because I know you are interested in the folklores, Ghanaian or African in general.
Okay, the kind of stories that I've been writing, they are inspired by Ghanaian history, folklore, but it's not just Ghanaian. I mean, we have the Anansi stories here, we have the folklore, and we have our history of how we came to be Okonfanauchi and all of that. And I also developed from my Nigerian experience. Yeah, so it's more of this Ghanaian Nigerian thing and other West African countries. So I developed from all of that in my stories.
Oh, that's nice. Let me to ask you one more question, please, Mr. Asido. It's about how does traditional wisdom influence your writing, and how?
Okay, with traditional wisdom, I differ from older people, so I have much older parents. My parents are
Mm.
like well into their late 60s to their 70s.
Oh.
Yeah. And so because of them, I've been around a lot of older people,
Yes, yes,
and they keep telling you these stories and passing on this wisdom to you because they want you to pass that, I mean, to your kids and
yes,
your
of course.
grandkids. So I differ from them and their wisdom. They are so wise and they have so many, I mean, bits and things to carry you along as guidance in your life. So I developed from that a lot. And my parents, my guardians, all my guardians who are older, I developed from them, and they are this backbone that I follow.
Mhm.
Yeah, to develop from them because I know I don't know much.
Yeah.
I'm young
Yes,
and
of
I don't know much about the
course.
world, so I have to fall back on them as
Yeah, of
guidance.
course. Yeah, all
Yeah,
of us we don't know. We're just discovering a life every day.
yeah.
Please let me to ask you another question, please.
Okay.
It's about what role should the writer play in documentary and analyzing social change in Africa?
Okay, I think a writer is like a watchdog of the society.
Mm-hmm.
So as a writer, you have to be kind of removed from the society in a way that you can get the bigger picture because Africa is so behind in so many things. The
Yes.
continent is so behind in so many things,
Yeah.
and we have to catch up.
Yes.
We have to catch up
We
on
have.
so
Yeah.
many levels.
Mhm.
And I feel like as a writer, you have a social responsibility to challenge everyone, not just the government,
Mhm.
because the issue is not just with the government, it's also with the people, it's also with us. So as a writer, you have to write stuff that challenges everyone
Mm.
to be of their best because we have so many things to do.
Yes.
There's so much this continent can do. We have so much potential.
Mm.
And we've been talking about this potential for decades, but
Yes.
we're not getting any results. We are still the dark continent. We are still the face of poverty
Yes.
and war and disease. So as a writer, we are the watchdogs of the society. We have so much work to do.
I want to ask you about the social media. How you see it? How the impact? How's the advantage to be as a writers?
Okay, social media has helped me connect with other writers from other continents because there are people that I've met on social media that I wouldn't have met them if I mean I was just alone in my space, my world. So social media has kind of or has opened my eyes to see the different possibilities of writers across like all the continents and the amazing people I've met through social media. Sometimes I get scared that social media kind of influences my writing in a negative way. So sometimes I want to take a step back from it. So I mean, I deleted my TikTok and Facebook and all of
Yes.
that. But Twitter, I still use Twitter to connect with other
Mm.
people in the community, other writers in the community, and even that's why I get a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the advantage. You don't think it's like take much time of us?
That's why I had to step away from some of the social media apps because you can't be on all of them.
Yes.
If you're on them, because you have work to do as a writer, and if you spend so much time on social media, you find out that you
Yeah.
are procrastinating a
Yes.
lot.
Yes.
So you have to find a balance, and you have to decide what is important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Asido, how have the award you have received influenced your writing?
For the few awards I've received or been longlisted for, it's more of affirming my identity as a writer and the validation they give you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
because now you are recognized as a writer. I mean, sometimes when you are doing your the writing in your own space, you are asking yourself. There's a lot of self doubt. You are asking
Yes.
yourself
Yes.
that, am I even good at this? Should I be
You're
doing
asking a
this?
lot,
Am
really.
am I wasting my time? Maybe there are a lot of better people out there, but once in a while when you get an award or you get longlisted or shortlisted for an award, it validates you,
Yes, of
gives you this
course.
validation that this is what you are meant to do, and there's this recognition that comes with it. I think it boosts your confidence, yeah, as a writer to keep on. So it's more like well done, continue, keep on
Yes,
doing
yes,
this,
you are
yeah,
in the right road.
yeah,
Yeah, completely. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm feeling.
Because this field comes with a lot of self doubt. It comes with
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And I think nobody knows, just maybe in this we are a writer society, if you can say that, about behind scenes, behind our writing, that laughing, that crying, that any
Yeah.
emotion you are feeling when you
Yeah.
are still, and maybe no one recognize you. I don't see you are writing how you have a time. Like we do something, nothing,
Yeah,
yeah,
something
just a
else.
writing. You've got nothing to do. You should write. You don't
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes you feel like that.
Yes. Writing comes with a lot of dark emotions too, because you are confronting a lot of things, a lot of positive and negative emotions, and
Yes.
unlike other fields where you just go and work and you can step away from it, this is not something you can really step away from,
Yes.
because it's like even when you are not spilling thoughts on paper or typing, you are still doing something related to
Yes,
writing. You are
really.
still, every part of your life is connected to this, and you can't step away from it in a healthy way. So it comes with a lot of dark emotions too, and there are periods of depression and all of that. So yeah, behind the scenes, it kind of gets messy. Yeah,
A lot of messy, really.
yeah,
As you are sitting with other people, you still have some characters work in your mind, talking,
yes, talking,
good problem,
and sometimes it's like
fighting.
they are on your shoulders. They are talking. You can hear their
Yeah,
voices.
me too,
Yes.
to focus what I'm doing
Yeah.
here. Yes, yes, really. Let me to ask you about last questions. I know you are busy. I take
Oh,
your time
that's
and ask.
fine.
I'm sorry about that. But let me to give me an advice to the younger people who want to start to write. I
Okay.
used to tell before it's not easy way, and we're talking about behind scenes because but anyone said, oh, you're Mr. Asiedu, you are famous, you will get award like that. They think my something easy. Maybe I can start to be a writing. So if anyone come to ask you like that, what do we say to him?
I'm still a young writer. Let me just establish that. I mean, it's obvious. But I think advice I'll give to younger writers out there is to keep on.
Yeah.
That's basically the advice you need. Just keep on writing, get better, read a lot. You need to read a lot of books, you need to read a lot of good and bad stuff to know how to actually do this. And I think one thing I've realized is you need a community. You need a community of writers. You need other people to support you. You really need a support system. That's something I didn't work on early. Yeah. You really need a community because you can't do this alone.
Yes.
Even though you are writing alone and all of that, once you step away from that, if you don't have a support system, if you don't have a community to support you, you are going to break down at some point.
Yes, really. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
So you need a community of like-minded writers to support you.
We reach to the final questions, so I'm
Okay.
really thank you. I hope you're doing well with your next project. Your next project will be a novel, yeah?
Yeah.
You can tell us about it before we closing?
I can't say much about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't say
yeah.
much. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I hope to complete it and publish it, and best luck.
Thank
And
you.
inshallah, you'll be very successful.
Thank
Because
you.
I learn you are, we are learning from you a lot. We read what you are wrote here in this workshop,
Yeah.
so it will be amazing. From
Thank
now, I
you.
think it will be very amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been
We are just
amazing with
waiting.
you.
We are waiting for
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
I'll be honored to see you again. Inshallah, we'll meet in another places in different situation.
Okay, sure.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you so much, Salma.
إلى
Thank
هنا
you.
أصل إلى ختام لقائي مع السيد أسيدو الكاتب القادم بقوة من غانا، وأتمنى له توفيق قوته القادمة الجديدة. أما أصدقائي أترككم في رعاية الله. دمتم في أمان الله. مع السلامة. You can say bye.
Bye.